What's going on, guys? I'm here with my very first Master Duel video. This is a deck profile on Heroes. It was my run to Master 1 in the September season. We're going to go over some replays. I'm going to give you the play-by-play, explain to you why I made some of the decisions, and then at the very end of all the replays, we're going to go through the deck, and we're going to talk about the deck and the ratios, and we're going to go from there. So, let's go into my replays. We're going to go from Master 3, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So, let's start off with the 4. We'll start off with this replay here. And if you guys see anything that I can do to improve, whether I made, maybe I could have made a better play, maybe there's something else that I should have considered while making a certain play based on what my opponent's doing, feel free to let me know. I'm always trying to get better. So, we're going to probably start with the Hero Lives here. Yeah, this hand's insane. So, Hero Lives, gonna get Special Summoning. Gonna add Malicious. Okay, so we're gonna go Ferris, send that Malicious. Special Summon. Gonna activate to bring about the Increase. Increase gonna tribute to Special Summon itself, then to Special Summon a Vion from... Not yet, though. He's going to Impermanence. So, Book of Moon. Luckily, Book of Moon flips us face down. And because Book of Moon flips us face down, the Imperm can't target us. Though, so that allows our Increase to resolve, Special Summoning a Vion from the deck. So, Book of Moon, very versatile card. Special on the Vion, gonna activate to send from the deck to the graveyard. Impermanence number 2. So this is unfortunate because now if I play another Vion, I can't send from the deck anymore. But what I can do is I can manage to get Poly. And because we sent Malicious, we can actually go into Cross Crusader right now. So, I think that's what we're gonna do. So, Link, Shokan, Cross Crusader, get Summoning. Okay, we're gonna bring back that Malicious in D. Gonna tribute the D. Gonna add the Liquid. Liquid's gonna get Summoning to get back the Vion. Vion's gonna then banish a Ferris to add a Poly. We're then gonna add, we're gonna activate Polymerization. We're gonna make Sunrise. When the Sunrise comes out, we're gonna add a Miracle Fusion from our deck. Gonna add that Miracle Fusion, let's go. Then we're gonna link off with the Sunrise and the Crusader into Wonder Driver. We're gonna activate the Miracle Fusion, special summoning the monster underneath the Wonder Driver so we can get back, I believe, the Miracle Fusion. Wake Up, your elemental hero, is essential to our combo, because we do want to get access to Darklaw here. Fusion Destiny. So now we're just going to get that 1-card DP. Now, I do believe our opponent Nibiru is here. Yes. So I felt the Nibiru on the 5th summon, which you don't see in the replay, but I did feel it, and that's why I set the droplet and forced the end of my main phase going to the end phase. They have to Nibiru in the main phase, they cannot do it in the end phase. So they said, no, I'm Nibiruing you. So because I didn't activate first, he then has to activate the Nibiru. When he activates the Nibiru, then I can chain and I can dodge the Nibiru, blowing up my DP, blowing up my Wake Up, getting a Shadow Mist onto the field still, and a Mash Change, which I can then set because I will retain my main phase, and the DP lives coming back the next turn. I will lose Vion and Wonder Driver, but that's not a big deal. They already did their job. They're like the least important cards right now. If anything, it makes my job easier if I were to like put out a Dark Angel, which we're not, but I don't have to really worry about these cards. They've already served their purpose. So, activate. We also have a droplet for follow-up protection, and if our opponent doesn't win, we have Miracle Fusion to go into a draw 2 liquid. So he gives us a, kind of a meaty token, but dude, it doesn't matter. It's too late. We got the DP. We got the Shadow Mist. We've already done what we wanted to do. So now we're going to set that Mash Change. Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to banish, put Malicious, and we're going to go Denier, put Malicious on top of the deck. Yep, okay. Set the Mash Change. Now, the reason why I did this, and I believe the reason why I did this, if I think back, was the fact that some people say, well, why'd you put Malicious on the deck? It's going to be a brick. We have Shadow Mist. So DP, popping, droplet, sending, or Mash Change. We have so many ways to get this card into the graveyard where we're going to put that Malicious back into the deck and search any hero we need, whether, Stratos, Vion, whatever. So it's not going to be a brick. If anything, it's going to be a great follow-up for us. And if we get tributed or something happens to one of our dark heroes, we always have another one that we can go into our mass change. So I feel like my mindset here was like, I want droplet targets, I want DPE targets, and I want mass change targets. And I don't want to just get friggin' blown out by lava golems and kaijus that are just going to get rid of those targets. I want to be able to use those targets. I want a floodgate. I want a floodgate. So DP is going to come back in defense mode. So he's going to try and get rid of the token. I believe this is a Kashtira player who's trying to empty his field. So we're going to chain DP, and then I believe the mass change. Yes, so we can pop the change, and we're going to pop the token, not letting him get rid of the Nibiru. He can't swing over Dark Block because he's only 1400. We're going to search our deck for the Stratos. Swings into Denier. Sure, no big deal. And then he scoops. Game over. They knew it was over. Alright, here. We got another one. Ooh. I still like this hand. We have increase in the hand. My god, that card is always in my goddamn hand. Ash Blossom. Okay. So we got Ashed, and that kind of is unfortunate because we can't really play through that other than set 2 pass. So that does happen, unfortunately. Mikonko. Nope, Purely. I just missed all that card. Droplet? Yeah, we're not going to let that activate. And the reason why we're doing this is because we also have a Book of Moon. So we're going to send the increase, getting into the graveyard. We're going to negate that, we're going to negate the Purely. Okay, so they're going to follow up with another Purely, the white one. They're going to add my friend. Link into Nightingale. So I think this is a play where they want to go into Zeus. And I think what happened was I took the damage because I want the increase to come out. And then before they proceed to make Zeus, I go book. I do remember this replay. Yeah, we're going to book. Yeah, we're not going to let you attack again. And we're not going to let you go into Zeus after. My friend, they're going to reveal 3. And they're going to get special summoning by targeting. They're going to exceed into E Purely Beauty. Okay, so they're going to target. Luckily the card targets, so we can dodge the increase. Luckily they're a fool, and they didn't know that increase can just get moving out of the way here. We're going to activate. But hey, maybe they knew all along that they wanted to get the increase out of the way so they can negate it. That's fine. I mean, it does kind of suck, but it's fine. It could be worse. We're not dealing with Noir. Okay, so we're going to normal summon the Liquid. Liquid is probably going to get negated here, so they're going to negate again. Because we try to target Stratos. Unfortunate, but I felt nothing right after that, and I said, we are going for it. Let's just go for it. I felt nothing in that backline that was a threat. I'm going for the Anaconda. They have the trap. Okay. Fun times. Max C to draw a card. So I do believe that they're going to resolve this and spin me, which really sucks. But when they spit, this card is now affected. Do I have my normal summon? I don't have my normal summon. I have to pass here. I really thought I was in a pretty tough spot. I was like, oh man, this is not looking good for me. So we'll see what they do here. So they're going to discard the special summon. They're going to activate. Okay, so they just go straight to the battle phase here. Poke for 100. Gonna give back my increase. Gonna go into Zeus. Wait, how come that animation didn't show? They did attack me, right? Okay. A hero lives. Oh my god, just crazy top deck. So after we go into a hero lives, they see that I add Stratos, so they're like, ooh, he added Stratos. That means, like, I got him. I think he activates Zeus now. Yeah, he activates Zeus now, being like, I got you. Normal summon the Vion. Next best hero in our deck, sending the Shadow Mist. Gonna add that Militia. It's gonna banish Shadow Mist to add a Poly to my hand, and we're just gonna go in. Nothing can stop us now. This game is over. Yeah, Sunrise is gonna add a Miracle Fusion. I'm just waiting for him to hit the surrender button. And he does. Alright, let's go. Okay, interesting hand. Not the greatest, especially, well, going second it could be okay. Luckily the poly's in the hand, because it can really, we can make that decision where we just poly, draw, and add, and we don't have to overcommit to our normal summon. So depending on what we draw and add, can give us some more versatility in our plays. I think we do hard poly as our opening play. Ugh, Runic. I hate this deck so much. I'm so glad we won this, but I can't stand this deck. So he's gonna add the fountain. I'm pretty much looking at this matchup like when I go second, I'm like, oh, is it just over for me? Because like, this deck is really annoying to deal with going second. Oh, we drew Ash. This is probably part of the reason why we won. Because we can Ash the fountain. So we're gonna use a hard poly. We're gonna get 3 chains out of this. We're gonna add Miracle Fusion, we're gonna add from our deck from Shadow Mist, and we're gonna draw 2 off Liquid. So we're gonna chain them. Yeah, we're gonna block those, the draw and the search with the Sunrise add. So freezing curses. Negated the Sunrise, but we're still gonna draw and discard. Ash Blossom on that fountain. Ain't no way you're getting those cards back. Stay in the deck. Or sorry, stay in the graveyard. We're gonna swing over, yeah, the Huggin. So that way we can Stratos, get popping on some back row here. Normal summon the Prismatic Stratos, pop the fountains. We're gonna link off. Those cards were definitely dead. I didn't feel any delays. Anaconda. Simplified game state Anaconda into DPE. Yeah, game over. It's not a bad hand at all because it has Max C in it, but also a hero lives. So we draw phase. Wait, did we draw phase that? Or did we main phase that by accident? Yeah, we draw phase that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Ooh, Trap Trick. So we made a bit of a slight error here because he does get an additional normal summon. So this one searches a monster, yeah, and then he follows up with the one that searches a trap, which is way worse. But to be fair, if I let him search the monster, he just goes and gets the other one anyway, right? But I still think in the end, like, yeah, you want to stop the one that gives him back row, because the back row is really important for the deck. Luckily, he kind of just went into Baguska here, which doesn't really matter because we got Book. So we're going to get Bookin right away. Yeah, put that face down. So all of our effects can activate. A hero lives. Special summon the Stratos. Gonna add Ferris. Ferris is gonna send... No, we're gonna go Stratos non-targeting pop. D-Barrier. Normally this card just hard destroys us. So we're locked out of fusions. But that's okay. We can play around that. So we're gonna pop the other back row because it's non-targeting poppage. Now there's nothing that can stop us from making our follow-up play. We're gonna go increase, send that crappy increase. Thank God we have another one in the deck. Special summon the Vion. Vion is gonna send Shadow Mist. Perfect, we're gonna add Plasma. Yeah, this is gonna be a big suck. We're gonna banish, add Poly. Might as well get that follow-up, because we can fusion summon next turn. Bloody in attack mode. We're gonna go to the battle phase, swing, put the Baguska up. It is no longer going to affect us because Plasma's on the field first. And then, by taking damage, we're going to get the increase from our graveyard to the Spell and Trap Zone, giving us another follow-up play. We're then going to do the big suck, grabbing Baguska, and now we are huge. 2950 Plasma. How do they break this? Plus, I hate to do this, but we're going to Max C in the draw phase, buddy. Get Max C'ing. Have fun. And they don't want to have fun, they're out. Ooh, this hand. Okay. So, we're going to chain Max C because for some weird reason they shotgun that in the draw phase. They're going to play around it. They're going to play another card to special summon. So we're only going to get one draw, and that's fine. But this really does limit what they can do. So they're going to reveal 1, 2. Oh my god, they did whiff. I do remember this game. They whiffed. Normal summon the pure Lee. my friend, gonna reveal probably, they're gonna reel the trap 3 times, so guaranteed trap. Then they're gonna activate to exceed, I believe, right? Yeah, so they're gonna exceed. Plump. Give me another card. Thank you very much. A hero lives. Just the card I needed. So they're going to attach 2, set the trap, and pass. So their Noir is going to be a bit of a threat. We still have to play this correctly. It's not a guaranteed win. We still have to play properly. A hero lives. Start things off. Give me that Stratos. Stratos get activated. We're going to add a Ferris. We're going to send the Dark Angel. No longer needed because we're going second. Special summon the Ferris. Ferris going to activate. Give me the increase. They are going to attach. Right away, we're going to tribute. We're going to get Vion out ASAP. So we tribute out the Ferris. Special summon the increase. Increase is then going to special summon the Vion. Now, I do think they're going to interrupt when the Vion comes down, but we'll see what happens. We're going to maxi on their trap so we can draw an additional card. It's always nice to just trade a dead card for a brand new card that could be super impactful. Because I'm trying to win the game here. I'm not thinking about the next turn. I'm going for the win. So there's no reason to hold maxi. We got an Ash Blossom. Crazy. Vion gets sending. We're going to send the Shadow Mist. Nice. Can add that Stratos. Perfect. Gonna banish to add a Poly. We got a lot of gas. We are gassing. Normal summon the Stratos. We're gonna add Plasma. Now, they didn't do anything. When I added Plasma, they just said, sure, dude, Plasma's fine. The thing is, I don't think they realized that Plasma is not an activated effect. I think they thought that they could deal with the Plasma. I'm playing the Bloody. Bloody, get activated, yoink. Game over. He knew it. He said, oh, shh. He's like, why no activate? I can't do anything. Okay, so I'm going to go through this pretty straightforward. Keep it nice and short and sweet. Okay, so Dark Angel, part of the D Hero package. I would say this card's insane. You still got to run it. Really just can help you with a Dark Law and a DP. Just solo a game. 3 maxi. Card's insane. You just have to run 3. I mean, statistics say 99.9, right? So we got to join the 99.9. 2 increase. I hate this card so much. I wish I didn't have to play it, but you have to play it. And I normally only play 1, but for some weird reason in the online Yu-Gi-Oh games, if you play 1 in your deck, it's like always in your hand. It's like the most drawn hero card out of anything. You could run 10 Stratos in your deck. You could run 100. He will somehow make it into your opening hand and straight up block you from doing anything fun. So, we opted for 2. 3 Ash Blossom, mainly because we want to stop Maxi, because this card just can be so devastating. We just can't really do anything, because our deck really has to go deep into the combo, has to do a lot of special summoning. It's really important that you stop this card, but it's also just generically really good. Denier for the D-Hero package. Normally people play only 2 Stratos, but I love 3 because I think this is one of the best cards in my deck. I also love Stratos. It's like my favorite hero card. And I just love how much he does between, you know, being able to start my combo, but also destroy back row, non-targeting. He just does it all. He's just so goated. So I max him out at 3. 2 Vion, pretty standard for your combo. I don't think any more than that is necessary unless your deck is really getting thick, like 50 to 60. But 2's enough. Normally I only run one Shadow Mist, but it did come in pretty clutch with the additional Poly and, you know, Vion getting another way to help you extend by normal summoning, sending, and adding a card. 1 Liquid, pretty standard. 3 Ferris, it's an amazing extender, you know. It's a nice way to actually sometimes start your combo with Ferris, see what they do, especially if you already have the Vion in hand, because then when they disrupt this thinking, hey, gotcha, buddy, you can't go into Vion, then you normal summon the Vion, and you can still continue playing the game, or even just go for game. So, that's, I used to run 1, because I really hated just drawing it as my only hero card, but then what I was noticing on the ladder a lot was I was getting disrupted like all the time. Like this card, I just couldn't seem to resolve anything past a normal summon. So it really does suck when you go normal summon, get negated, and you have no follow-up. So very important to have a follow-up aside from starting with a hero lives and then hoping you have something else. It's really nice to go like, you know, a hero lives, then maybe you normal summon, and then if that gets disrupted, then you just go into Ferris and you go full combo. 2 Malicious, standard, Plasma, amazing card against Purely. One of your pretty much your only outs in a lot of situations. So essential. 2 poly, normally only run 1, but 2 felt pretty good, just for the fact that, like, it felt really good to have the additional one, just that way you didn't sometimes have to waste your Wonder Driver. You could just hold the Wonder Driver, because you got 2 poly. It also just allows your Vion to be that extra valuable when you play a second Vion in a duel, rather than just maybe the first one you go through. 1 Rhoda, 1 Miracle. E-Call makes another copy of Stratos in my deck. How can you go wrong? Also can be something to feel out hand traps and, bait hand traps. 3 of Hero Lives, insane card, gotta run 3. Fusion Destiny, I wish I could run more, but for some reason, I guess just because of Anaconda being in the game, this is why they've kept this at 2. But now that we got Triple Toxic's Thrust, this shouldn't be too hard to get access to. 3 Book, I love this freaking card. In Duel Links and in Master Duel, this card is just so clutch. You can be defensive with it, you can be offensive with it. It just does so much, and it's so good in the deck because we're a fusion deck. Being face down doesn't really hurt us as much as other decks that like to link and synchro. We can link, but we mainly like to fusion. So that doesn't really affect us too much. Max Change, I would love to go to 3, but the deck was getting kind of thick, and I felt like because we could search this, 2's enough. Called by and Crossout, not really a huge fan of these cards because they kind of just end up being really bad when you draw them going second and your opponent's already set up their board. They don't really do much other than maybe stop a Max C that sometimes your opponent sets up board and then they go, okay, draw face Max C, and then you're like, okay, now it's just impossible for me to break it, right? Like now it's just, I have no shot. It can work out, but I didn't like it, but I mained it because I was running into a lot of just like, I was getting hand trapped like crazy. Like it just wouldn't stop. My initial summons were getting disrupted or my Fusion Destinies were getting hit. And sometimes it would just end the game because I just didn't draw an extender. So it's really nice to just be able to say, okay, if I don't have an extender, I can at least block you from stopping my starting and my only play. So we maxed out on the, the 2 and the 1. 3 Imperm, generically really good. Really important to disrupt your opponent while they're trying to set up, make it awkward for them. Give them the weakest possible board. Also really good at just setting up with, anything else that you want, that you set up like your Dark Claw or your DPE. You could stop a monster effect from being activated, forcing you to maybe do something you don't really want to do. Using your back row first before you have to use your DPE and whatnot. And then we opted for 2 Red Reboot. These weren't in the deck for the most of the run. It was just in Master 2 to 1 and a little bit of 3. I was just seeing Labyrinth like just crazy, and I was pretty much just getting smoked like every game. Because their grind game is just massive, and they just always had like an insane setup that it was too hard for me to break, and I just didn't really, see the cards I needed. Like Book doesn't really do a whole lot. Max Change is like okay, but again, when they get set up, like you kind of want to floodgate them first. So going second with this was like, unless you get the acid thing to happen, it's still pretty rough. So I wanted like a little bit of extra, something to deal with the Labyrinth. So we just threw them in and we went to 47 cards. I know 47 is a really weird number, but I just said, I love the deck the way it is. I'm just going to toss them in and hope we draw it. 2 Dark Claw, 1 Blast, Sunrise, Absolute, Trinity. Trinity is so good, especially when you have to Fusion Destiny. You can still TK. I opted it for the Acid because Labyrinth and Stun decks in Master Duel are just, stun decks especially, are just so frustrating, and they get played a lot in Master Duel. 1 is Skurradao for the Miracle Fusion target, Dark Monster, just in case we're under Fusion Destiny. 2 DP, so I could play multiple DP in case one gets answered, or if Kashtira says, let me look at your extra deck and get Banishing, well then when they see 2 of these, they say, okay, I'll go for the Sunrise. And as much as Sunrise is a catalyst for us going second to push, DP is just like such an important card to the deck, where I just want to always have access to this card. I don't want my Fusion Destiny to be dead because I don't have a Destiny Hero card that I can use with it, right? Like nothing sucks more than if you have this card in your hand and you're going second and you really need it to resolve to, dump Malicious or Denier, and then like, oh wait, but my DPE's gone. Yeah, feels bad, man. Wake Up, essential for your turn 1 combo, getting the Mass Change. Setting up like the Dark Law DP, Dark Angel stuff. Really important card. You can do a lot of other cool stuff with this. You could even, set up a turn where it just sits there and then you could like pop it. If your opponent sets a bunch of back row and you're going first, you could just pop it, go into Stratos, and then pop their back row in the end phase, and then there's nothing they can do. And then we got the 1 Wonder Driver, 2 Cross Crusader, and the 1 Anaconda. No Decimator because I valued more of like, just rather than just having a beat stick that could come up and swing over things that are annoyingly big, I'd rather just have good effects that did, you know, that handled the problems that are really difficult for me to deal with, like back row decks. So that's why I opted into Acid, and I think that was probably the main thing that replaced Decimator. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I hope it was informative. Let me know if there's anything that I missed, anything that I can improve upon, and you know, leave that feedback down in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.